JB. I live in Green Bay, Wisconsin. I just got back from 17 days in Puerto, Vallarta, Mexico. Here in the United States, I smoke a lot of cigars. It depends on how many per day, but it could be like up to 10 sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. And so when I was in Mexico, I needed to buy cigars because you're only allowed to take in 20 if you come from a foreign country. So one day I was on the Malecon, which is the boardwalk in Puerto Vallarta, and this guy, he had cigars, and I said, how much for the cigars? It was a box of 5 cigars. He said, we're from Cuba. He said, 1,200 pesos, which is like $75. I said, whoa, no. I said, that's a lot of money. And we got to talking, and I think eventually I paid 400 pesos, which is still like 36 bucks or something, 38 bucks, something like that. It's a lot of money. And I don't know why I did it. I just wanted the cigars. But when I left and I started looking at the cigars, I realized that they were fake. And I should have known they were fake because I actually once wrote an article about fake cigars from Cuba in Mexico, because 17 years ago I bought a pack of 5 cigars just like that for like 70 bucks. And then I realized they were fake because there's a way to tell. First of all, Cuban cigars are never put in plastic, and they're always really tightly packaged, and they're almost a little bit kind of square just because of the way they're pushed into the package, and they're always hand rolled, and it's obvious when you smoke them if they're not real, because these ones that I smoke, they're supposed to be these fine Cuban cigars. Another thing is the label. It should be embossed, so you should feel it when you rub your finger across it, that it's raised up a little bit. The writing, the Cohiba or whatever it is. It's not like a cheap piece of plastic label. And so I knew for sure when I smoked them that they were fake because they tasted like the tobacco that was left in a ashtray. It was horrible. And obviously the guy, he had them outside, so he wasn't keeping them at right humidity and everything. And they just tasted like charcoal and a really harsh taste. But I mean, the only reason I can feel good is because I paid a lot less than he wanted originally, $1,200, and then I ended up paying $400. But you have to be out on the lookout for cigars if you smoke cigars in Mexico, because everything is fake. It's all fake. They say, oh, but it has the Cuban flag on there and it's got the Cuban label. Yeah, well, that's fake too. Because if it really came from Cuba, it wouldn't be like that. Because Cuba, they make good cigars. They're high quality. People like them all over Europe, all over Asia, all over the United States and South America and everywhere else, Australia. And they have a reason to keep their quality very high. But the Mexicans, they want to keep the quality low so that they can keep their profit high by saying it's something that it's not. So they claim that it's a really high cigar when it really isn't. It probably cost them $2 to make that box. I paid around $40. So they made plenty of profit on that. Good for them. Not really, but whatever. But yeah, like all kinds of things that you find in Mexico, they're fake because how do I say this? The Mexican culture is to make money however you have to make it, because it's hard to make money in Mexico. So people do whatever they have to do, even if it's not ethical or moral. As long as it means that they're going to be making money, that's okay with them. And so they'll sell you fake things, you know. If you go shopping at a market, they'll say, oh, this is Nike, or this is Michael Kors, or this is whatever. And it's some high quality brand. and so you have to pay hundreds of dollars for it. When really it was made in China, or it was made in Mexico or Honduras. It's worth like $5, but they're gonna tell you just because of the fake label that they put on there that it's high quality. So just be careful whenever you buy anything in Mexico, because people take advantage of the fact that Americans and Canadians and Europeans and Australians and New Zealanders and everybody else, and people that come from other countries that are so-called wealthy, that we just have a lot of money and we're ready to part with it, and we'll give it to them even if what we're buying is not worth it. So just be careful.